The Attitude Era's top two stars were comfortably Rock the Dwayne Johnson and Steve Cold Stone Austin, who have both since left the wrestling industry, respectively, to become the highest grossing movie actor in the world and the host of what Luke Owen thinks is the greatest TV show of all time, Steve Austin's Broken Skull Challenge. Instead, the wrestling industry in 2020 has been spearheaded by two guys Rock and Austin would routinely feud with in between big matches with each other. The guy who works with the guy who makes money, Triple H, Jim Cornette's description, not mine, masterminding NXT, and the man who beat Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in the same night in 2001, Chris Jericho, who is now the biggest draw for all elite wrestling. Their professional rivalry right now plays out every Wednesday night when NXT goes head-to-head with AEW Dynamite, but this actually extends back to a personal dislike of each other when they first started working together in the WWF, which Jericho has discussed in a new interview on The Rich Eisen Show. There were guys in the past that I had issues with. Triple H was one of them. He'll tell you the same. In the early 2000s, we didn't have much like for each other. We always had great matches, and I think this might be one of the reasons why. We just had this professional rivalry, maybe a little bit of a personal dislike. I think there's always that little bit of animosity that drives you to become better, and if you have a case like, let's say, Jericho and Triple H, our matches were always great because there was a little bit of real-life animosity between us. Jericho has spoken about this in the past, but in a new unsurprising detail, he reveals this was part of the competitive culture Mr. Vince McMahon fostered backstage. I would almost suggest that back in those days that Vince McMahon would subtly encourage that because he knew you're always going to get better results inside of the ring. Jericho does say in the interview that a decade after those Attitude Era matches, you get to be a little bit older and wiser, and now we're friends. But that doesn't mean everything is totally friendly between the two sides. In a promo on Raw in 2013, Triple H referenced Jericho as a good wrestler who could never be the one. And if Chris was the face of WWE, we'd all be working for Ted Turner, implying WCW would have won the Monday Night Wars. A bit of alternative history that's very interesting looking back from our 2020 lens. Jericho, who was on a break from WWE at the time, shot back on Twitter, "Thing is, Triple H, despite your major push, you never were either. Good luck in your future endeavors." Also in 2017, Jericho revealed that Triple H strung him along for 3 months over booking NXT talent for the inaugural Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea Cruise, to be told no. Jericho did share a picture of the two at Ric Flair's 70th birthday party last year though, saying, "Awesome hanging out with this cat last night, #internet blows up." Triple H to AEW confirmed. What do you think about the on-off again heat between Triple H and Chris Jericho? Let me know in the comments because I'll be replying to people from out of my secret quarantine base on the moon. Maybe that picture was all to plan an AEW invasion of WWE for this summer's major scrap storyline. Something that was never going to happen, segue. Thanks for your support on Patreon, the Beast, Brock Taylor. The Steve Corino pandemic has caused the cancellation of many plans. WrestleMania and Money in the Bank actually happening in front of fans, the inaugural season of the XFL, and most tragically, my annual pub crawl round Camden where I drink 12 pints of Guinness in 12 different pubs. And according to the very reliable WrestleVotes, we'll be missing out on another huge plan this summer. For what it's worth, I've been told there was a long, major storyline that was to unfold over the span of weeks during the spring and summer, similar to the McMahon limo explosion or the Nexus Invasion debut that was put on hold due to no fans in attendance. Crowd reaction plays a major part. This implies the storyline was meant to play out in the build to August SummerSlam, just as the Nexus had debuted in June to be buried by John Cena by August. This isn't just because fans can't attend weekly episodes of Raw and SmackDown, but also because SummerSlam itself is reportedly in jeopardy. After the Boston mayor officially cancelled all large-scale events until Labor Day, WrestleVotes tweeted that although WWE want to hold Summerfest in the city, they are actively hunting for a new location with fans in the South, Florida or Georgia, and the date may even be pushed back the September. Septemberfest! What do you think the major storyline could have been? The reveal of who threw the pie at Kevin Owens? Charlotte Flair winning all the championships on all the brands? Or maybe even... who really is Byron Saxton? Why really is Byron Saxton? Let me know in the comments. Whatever it was, it sure wasn't going to involve Rusev, as he was part of last month's mass firings from WWE. He's remained mostly silent since, just posting "Thank you all, Rusev out" on the day of his release, until now, because he's got a Twitch channel to promote, and Twitch channels are the new podcasts. Holding a Q&A on Twitter, Rusev promised, "I ain't dead, my man, I'm just starting," implying he fully intends on returning to wrestling. Rusev back! He also revealed that he once wrestled Brock Lesnar at a Mexico Live event and couldn't stand straight after the match until a chiropractor fixed him. Rusev crack! And that we've got to ask Vince if Lana is allowed to appear on his new Twitch channel, presumably because for now, she's still kayfabe with Bobby Lashley on Raw. Rusev cuck. But Lana isn't the only thing still contracted to WWE, as Rusev's also revealed he can't be called Rusev anymore or go by the Bulgarian Brute, as that's a WWE name I can't and won't use. Instead, he appears to be going by the name Miro, after his real first name Miroslav. I probably butchered that pronunciation. We do know for certain, however, what the also released Eric Rowan's new name will be outside WWE. Eric Redbeard. Arrgh. Because pirate themes aren't just for WrestleMania. They're for when you get released too. Redbeard revealed the new name by tweeting a link to his new merchandise on Pro Wrestling Tees, with one a riff on his various WWE gimmicks, recycled with Daniel Bryan, a bludgeon brother with Luke Harper, a firefly in the Wyatt family, a genius in his solo push, and the infamous animatronic spider that ended his WWE run. Maybe you're better off now, Redbeard. Speaking of t-shirt designs, shameless plug segue. Support WrestleTalk and order our new Pile Drive COVID-19 shirt by going to WrestleTalkMerch.com using the link below. AEW announced on Wednesday's Dynamite that boxing legend Iron Mike Tyson will be appearing at Double or Nothing on Saturday 23rd of May to present the TNT Championship to the winner of Cody Rhodes vs Lance Archer. And Dave Meltzer has revealed how this came about on Wrestling Observer Radio. Mike Tyson loves AEW. Tyson reportedly attended last year's Double or Nothing show, also in Las Vegas, where he hung around backstage and loved everything on the card. While it's not been confirmed how much AEW is paying Tyson, it's expected to be a one-off deal for now. Brody Lee will also be at Double or Nothing on May 23rd, where he'll fight for Jon Moxley's AEW World Championship. Since debuting for AEW as the Dark Order's Exalted One only 2 months ago, Lee has reinvented himself from the mostly silent Wyatt family follower to a cult leader quite clearly based on Vince McMahon, including skits referencing famous McMahonisms like getting angry at sneezing, having to finish his food before anyone else can eat, and referring to himself as Mr. Brody Lee. But in an interview with Busted Open Radio, Lee just says, "We're reading too much into it. Look, you take it however you want. I happen to be a fan of mafia movies, so that's the way the character was portrayed for me. Like I said, I believe that the leadership style, the results speak for themselves. So you people can take it any way you want, and trust me, I hear you. I hear everybody. But nothing was intentional. I have no reason to hate WWE, no reason to hate Vince McMahon, nothing like that. But you take it how you want. I will take it how I want. As kayfabe, it's quite clearly a Vince McMahon parody. But I do appreciate Lee attempting to blend his character into real life, which is more than I can say about Seth Rollins being all happy about the lovely news him and his fiancée Becky Lynch are expecting their debut child. It's still real to me, damn it! Despite Becky, Asuka, and the babyface locker room breaking kayfabe for the genuinely heartwarming announcement that she's pregnant, WWE took the opposite tact with the baby's father, Rollins, instead making him look demented and booking him to pierce Rey Mysterio's eye with the sharp edge of the steel steps. Don't worry, I hear there was another smaller eye just beneath the main eye. Seth has now made his first comment on the news, posting a lovely picture of the moment he and Becky found out with the caption, "I took this a few moments after we got the best news of our lives, and I don't think I could have captured anything more beautiful. I can't put into words how much it means to me. Thank you all so much for your support over the last couple of days. The outpouring of love really has lifted us even higher than we've already been. December can't come soon enough." Another WWE wrestler has been released. Click the video on the right to find out more and watch our interview with Ring of Honor COO Joe Koff. Click the video below that and make WrestleTalk.com your homepage for all the latest wrestling news and get your pile-drived COVID-19 t-shirt from WrestleTalkMerch.com. I've been Ollie Davis and that was wrestling.